Today I'm going to show you how to take your quality chicken feed, make it even more nutritious, make it last twice as long, and you're not going to spend a single extra dollar. It doesn't matter if you just have a few backyard chickens or if you have a full-scale chicken farm. This process can work for you. You're going to spend less money on food than you ever have, and you're going to get more eggs than you ever have. What we're doing today is we're fermenting our chicken feed. And I know, fermenting sounds scary and it sounds hard, but I promise you this is easy. You only need three things. You need a container with a lid, you need some water, and you need your chicken feed. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take some dry, boring chicken feed, just like this stuff right here, make it double in size, add some nutrition, and it's going to end up looking something like this right here. For the feed, we use this feed right here. This is a non-processed, completely organic chicken feed from Scratch and Peck Feeds. This is what we use. This is an amazing feed from an amazing company that does a lot of really good work when it comes to animal feeds. But let me go ahead and just tell you right now that you don't need to go out and spend the big bucks on quality feed. You can do this with any chicken feed that you have, and you're going to get similar results. With that being said, I'm an affiliate for Scratch and Peck Feeds, so if you are interested in trying them out, there's going to be a link down in the description below, so go check that out. I would honestly be using this feed if I was an affiliate or not. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this to show up on camera here. This feed, this is the 16% organic layer mash that they have, and it's not pellets, it's not like a paste that they hardened off to make a pellet. This stuff, you can see all the grains. It is really just a premium product, and I absolutely love this stuff, and so do my birds. But once again, you don't have to get the premium stuff for this to work, so if you aren't in a position to get this, use whatever chicken feed you have available. Fermentation is going to do a whole lot of different things to your feed. It's going to soften it up and make it more digestible for your birds. It's going to add a whole lot of water content to your food, so you're not going to have to come outside and take as many trips out to your coop to fill the water up. It's going to double the volume of your chicken feed, which is going to stretch it out a whole lot further than it would normally go. But most importantly, what it does is it changes the bioavailability of your feed. I'm no scientist here, and I'm not going to pretend to be, but more or less what's happening is bacteria and yeast are going to be breaking down some of that food, releasing some micronutrients, and making all the nutrition easier for the chickens to uptake. More or less, in a nutshell, that's what's happening. There was a study done at Foothills Farm, I think that's what it was called, Foothills Farm in Northwest Washington, and they tested this. They took the same exact feed that we're using today, this Scratch and Peck feed. It was the 16%, I'm pretty sure, organic layer mash, and what they did is they tested it with 3 different groups of chickens. Some of the chickens ate dry feed, some of the chickens ate hydrated feed, where they just hydrated all the food and gave it right to the chickens, and then some of the chickens ate fermented feed. Now, there's been a whole lot of studies about this done in labs and different things like that, but from my understanding, this was the first one that was done on an actual farm. Correct me if I'm wrong. What they did is they tracked how many eggs each group of chickens were laying with the different types of feed. And to make a very long story short, what happened is the birds that were eating the hydrated feed, just the chicken feed with the water in it, just kind of making it wet, those chickens actually laid less eggs than on the dry feed. The dry feed came in second. But with the fermented feed, the chickens laid more eggs than normal. So what this farm does now is anytime they feed their chickens, they are feeding fermented feed. They're doing it in big barrels, they're fermenting it, and then they're giving it to their birds, because at the end of the day, they're getting more revenue because they're able to get more eggs from those chickens. Those chickens are getting more nutrition from the fermented feed, and it's paying off with more eggs. There's an entire video about this trial here on YouTube, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the description below for that video. So if you're interested in hearing about that after you're done watching this video, go watch that one because it's pretty interesting. Hey, just real quick, if you're getting value out of this video, do me a huge favor. Go down and hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. What this is gonna do is it's gonna tell YouTube that you enjoyed the video, and hopefully they send it out to other people who might also enjoy it too. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, let's show you just how easy this is. The very first thing you need is some kind of container with a lid. Today I'm gonna use a clear glass jar, and this is only because it's easy to film. I can show you what's inside of here, and it's nice and small, and I can hold it without sitting down and trying to show you anything. But depending on the size of flock that you have, you can use any kind of container with a lid. So I'm talking a 5-gallon bucket, you can use a barrel, you can use all kinds of different things. There are huge farms like that study I was telling you about. There's huge farms that are using barrels to ferment their feed and then feeding their chickens that way. So I'm using a tiny little thing today. Just know that you can go bigger. The next 2 things you're gonna need is some chicken feed and some water. You're not going to want to use chlorinated water, which is what comes out of most people's taps. So what we do is we just pour it into a big jug like this. We let it sit for 24 hours and the chlorine evaporates off. If you don't want to wait that long, you can use something like distilled water, and that's going to work too. The next thing you're going to want to do is put your chicken feed inside your container. You're going to want to keep in mind that the ratio is 1 part chicken feed to 2 parts water. So whatever level you fill your container at with your chicken feed, you're going to want to double that with your water. Honestly, we're never really precise with this. We just kind of eyeball it. If you add extra extra water, it's fine. You can just add that water into your next batch, or honestly, you can just mix this fermented batch in with a little bit of dry food. It doesn't really matter either way. One important thing though when you're filling your container up is you don't want to fill it up too high. There's going to be some gases being released, your chicken feed is going to expand, it's going to kind of grow in that jar a little bit, so you don't want it to overflow. So leave yourself a pretty good amount of headspace at the top of that container. Make sure before you close that lid, you are stirring everything up really well. You want all that food to be really incorporated in that water. If you're using a jar like I am or something similar, you can just kind of put the lid on and shake it up really well. Now when you do close that container, you want to make sure you leave a way for the gases to escape. So for me with my mason jar, I can just kind of screw the cap down a little bit and leave it pretty loose, so that way if there is pressure built up, it's going to escape out of that lid. If you're using something like a 5-gallon bucket, just kind of put the entire lid on and then open one little piece of it so the gases have somewhere to escape. With this type of fermentation, you're not going to have a lot of gases, but you will be having some, so you want to make sure those gases have a way to escape. Now take your container and put it somewhere that is going to be roughly room temperature and no direct sunlight for 3 days. About once a day, you're going to want to stir it up really well or shake it up really well, whatever type of container you have, but make sure you give it a good stir once a day. After about 3 days, your fermentation should be done, and this shouldn't stink. It shouldn't smell rancid. It shouldn't smell rotten, anything like that. If anything, it should smell something like yogurt, sour cream, something with that bioactivity. Your chickens are going to love this feed. They're going to be hydrated, they're going to be well fed for less money than you normally feed them for, and they're going to be giving you more eggs than they ever have. And realistically, that's why we're doing this, isn't it?